Right, episode 9, mate.
Here we are, and we've got somebody like very close to our hearts today.
Yeah, a big guest.
Big guest. He's won a Nobel Prize for his like groundbreaking research that he's done on like scatty food habits.
Yeah, he's also driven to Solihull over 7 times as well, hasn't he?
He used to drive the bus as well for the pigeon detectives.
Yeah, that's why he drove to Solihull as well. Yeah. He also, mad fact about our guest today, he actually prefers tea to coffee.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's mad.
I know. No sugar.
Yeah. And he's South Wales wrestling champion.
Mad.
It's the one and only Will McKee.
Author of the #1 best-selling joke, Dad Jokes. Wrote the book.
I am the book.
Thank you for
Pleasure
coming
to
on.
be here, guys.
Before we start, let's crack open these ales because I'm a wee bit thirsty.
So, once again, Handymans. So, I've got here Handyman Zwart X Salt. Brewed in collaboration with Salt Beer Factory. Belgian stout with clove, licorice and chocolate flavours. Medium dry finish.
But funny enough, we were speaking to them before and said it's made with salt water, isn't it?
Yeah. I like salt water, me, though. Do you know when you get, like, ulcers and that?
Yeah.
And you swill your mouth out? I've always just... I wouldn't drink salt water, but I've always been like, ooh, that's...
You are a bit of a salty brother, though.
I am salty.
Salty brother.
No, but, like, I think the whole...
Oh, wow.
Is it good?
Do you want to go?
Give me a little
Get
cheese.
your laughing gear
Cheers.
on there.
I've got red ale today. So the red ale is a hoppy coupe and American-style red ale with notes of citrus pine, resin, grapefruit with a medium nutty body finish.
Yeah, mate.
So yeah, it's nice. You know what? It's such a great place in there as well. The ale's boss. It's so nice.
Atmosphere is terrific. mate.
Atmosphere's terrific. Could do putting the lights on, like, but
Have you had this one on before, the Handyman Golden? Have you?
I have had,
It's a bit-
I've had a few pints of it, mate.
to be fair, Jack and Ethan had it last week, and I've had it before. It's like a bitter and a lager together.
Off the top of my head, I'd probably say it's a suitably balanced and refreshing golden ale packed to bursting with Simcoe Continual and Chinook hops.
Yeah, he hasn't
That's
even,
just off the
hasn't
top of
even
my
had
head.
a sip.
It's just off the top of my head, like, no script.
Yeah, no script there.
No, but like the whole reason why we've got...
Quote, what's the word? Disclaimer, they never had a blue ale because you got a red ale, didn't you? You're a red, he's a
Oh,
blue.
you interrupted me again.
Yeah.
Shut up.
No, but the whole reason...
Out of order, that.
Twice. So we've got... The reason why we've got Bill McKee in today...
Bill McKee, jeez.
Will's a good mate of ours, and the whole reason that this podcast started is because that boy on the couch there.
Yeah.
We
were chewing each other's ear off, weren't we?
chewing on each other's ear off, and he was like, "You two should start a podcast," and here we are now doing a podcast.
Doing a podcast. Cause
You know what it was? I think in the merchants, as always, you know what I mean, had a few ales and whatnot.
Yeah.
I was looking at you from afar, not on weird, like, but I just overheard conversations and it was back and forth,
Yeah.
like a game of ping pong, and I was just
Just
like,
kept tuning in, tuning out.
yeah, tuning, like, I'll come back 10 minutes later and you're just on to the next thing, and I was like, these guys, I don't know what it is, but they've got it.
I mean, I'm no professional,
Yeah.
but you've
But you
got
know
it.
when you got a knife for talent, like the architect and that, not
Yeah.
to self-label myself again.
No, but you know what I mean. Well, without you, lads, you are the cement that holds the Minerva podcast together, I'd say. So.
Yeah, without you, we'd be nothing.
Yeah,
We'd
not
be
to do
nothing.
with Jacob with the cameras and the gadgets.
yeah, we need that as well.
Yeah, and just like, you know, back again we are in Liverpool Podcast Studios.
Yeah.
Give them a follow if you haven't already for all your podcast needs.
Can I just say, as a first time guest, might be the first time and the last time, what an absolute gaff you've got here, mate.
Oh, nice one.
Yeah, some views, man. Some
Space,
views.
good, great space, innit?
The last guest, you know, or one of the last ones, Gillian and Kev, you know, from the charity, said best view in Liverpool.
No, it definitely is one of the best views in Liverpool, though, because where it's situated. You know what I mean? Like, it's the full panorama.
You don't notice like how many trees there is around here
I know.
as well.
I love trees, man.
I'm a bit of a tree hugger, like
I'm a
in
tree hugger, I love
me youth.
Only on the Thursdays, like, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tree hugging Thursdays, isn't it?
Tree hugging Thursdays is the thing.
That's great to get you on, because when we started, we were like, we could get X, Y, and Z on. We were like, we'll have to get Will on, because it was his idea to get to
It's
start
appreciated, but
Yeah.
one thing I thought, like I was a bit sceptical at first, I must say, because obviously everyone thinks I'm not that interesting, you know what I mean? But you've
You're
had,
not
like,
though, to be fair.
yeah, I know, it goes without saying, but you've had some top guests on, like Gillian and
Kev.
Gillian and Kev. Shame about the Waco, like.
You weren't on though, was you?
The Sarge, man.
No, but that's it. Like, so it's been great for us because we've had great guests on.
Yeah.
We've got great guests lined up doing great things, but it's all just that we just have fun doing it week in,
Yeah,
week
yeah.
out, don't we? And like,
Change of tempo, isn't it?
yeah, it's just good to have. Also, the most views that we've got on any of our videos, it's been out the longest, so that might have a factor in it. But it's the first one.
The first
And
one.
Yeah.
that's what a lot of people like messaged us, didn't they, saying, "Oh, I didn't know what to think when you were doing a podcast, but then I've watched that and realised what it's about." And we're like, "That's just we
It
just
was
want."
good because we didn't come up with a plan or anything like that, and we just thought we'll see how it goes, and we got everything from an episode that we wanted to get from it, didn't we? Which is great in a way. And like the best bit of feedback I've ever had of anyone if they've messaged us and was like, you can tell you love it. You just have a laugh. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like we don't take it too seriously. We're not here to fucking take the piss with it. You're just here to have a laugh, aren't we? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Well, but throwback to the merchants on that fateful night when I've foreseen this, you know, I've foreseen
We're all
it.
pawns in Will's game. We're all pawns.
It just come naturally to you, you know what I mean? A bit of brown nosing for you, but
No, it does.
I want to do this off camera just
Yeah.
to let you know, no more.
That's a paid sponsorship by us to Will.
Yeah.
no, but funny enough, like
Yeah.
we're all mates. You two mates. Where did you went to school together? Yeah.
Yeah, we did, yeah.
We
When,
met in high school, we
Yeah.
used to, funny story, we used to walk past each other because our older brothers were in the same year as well.
yeah. And they're still mates, our group of mates are still mates and they're older
Yeah.
mates. And like
Yeah.
my brother's Paul, is his Tom.
You know, so we used to walk past each other and go, "Hi Paul, hi Tom."
We used to call each other our brothers' names because we were dead cool like that. Do you know what I mean?
Levels of banter has gone up tenfold, like.
Yeah, for me.
Also, one thing we haven't discussed is our sponsor for this week as well, which is 23RJ. This is his t-shirt here. It's available in Instagram. I was going to say good stores, but it's just Instagram.
That is the goodest store though. The best
It is the
store.
best store of this, but like, all hand-drawn, fantastic, nice fit.
From the canvas there behind Will to his right. Give it
And
a point out there, Will.
also as well, he's done me a similar canvas for my house, which will be somewhere here.
Someone texted me today.
here.
I won't say it was, but someone texted me about that because it was on Instagram saying like it was funny that the way we done that because you was just like I was trying to find the cover on Instagram like what picture should we use and it was just Jay's face going different angles. I was like that one.
You know what? I remember playing footy against you ages ago. Probably my first encounter with you.
Oh, like he come with me?
Yeah, but like you were just dust on the floor, lad.
There's levels, like, you know.
Yeah, his level.
He was bossing it in centre mid, lad.
Yeah. He is great at footy.
Yeah, to
You
be
are
fair,
fantastic.
I
You've
remember-
always been great at footy, like.
And your team was good. We were about fifth in the league. You were top first or second. So we come to IGL, which was your own pitch, with our manager, who's, I won't mention any names, but he's in episode 1. You know if you
Go
know.
back and watch it.
And we were at the game, and like we were expecting to play. We had our keeper didn't turn up, so we had like a 5'5" lad in goal.
Mike Wheeler.
Yeah, it was
They filmed it all from me as well, yeah.
He was
Chipped
literally,
him.
you could literally put it in the bottom corner. There was no way he was getting it. So we proper played this first half, right, and we played unbelievable. Do you know what I mean? We were proper defending for our lads, right. When at a half time, 2-0 up, proper scrape through. The manager comes up to us like, "Boys, got us all in a big circle." I was like, "Boys, get in." So we've all got in. We're all like, here we go. He goes, "Boys, it's probably the best I've ever seen you play. Gonna make a few tactical changes." Made 8 changes. We got beat 6-2.
Tactical.
I remember another episode with said manager. I won't go naming names again, but we rocked up to play Mughal, and it was a free.
You don't need to name him then, do you?
Oh yeah, can you edit that bit out there? I'll keep it in, you know what I mean? I'm not fussed. But yeah, we rocked up to this pitch, and it was a freezing cold day. Like it was one of them like. You'd rather not be there, but
Yeah,
you're there. So
red thighs.
yeah,
and that,
red thighs. If the ball hits you,
Yeah.
you're gonna be sore for about a week. We're like, we're warming up. We're like, where is this team are playing? Turns out after the game, Mike Wheeler's dad's come up to me and said, "You won't believe it, Will. In the warm up, the manager said to the kids, come into the changing rooms. We'll get warm in here. Like lock them out. You know what I mean? As if we weren't going to be warming up." And we were just like, that guy's logic, man.
Was that for Hull?
No, that was for Town Green
Oh, was
against
it? Yeah.
Mughal.
The Craven Manor League, wasn't it?
Craven Manor, man.
I don't know how the fuck I remember that. Like
The glory days.
the glory days of me heyday. Only scored 1 goal
And you still
professionally.
can't remember me.
1 goal professionally, lads. Put him bottom bin, ran over the corner flag and done a little 10k.
Did you? Yeah.
No, didn't I? Did no.
I was going to say.
Ran back in position like
You
that.
played professionally, yeah.
I know. One
Well, lad, it might as well be him. Well, lad, do you know what? It was like I was getting scouted and that, and I done me Achilles in. Like,
Yeah.
Could have made it.
Could have made it.
Could have made it to the me Achilles in, like sort of thing, but
You definitely couldn't have made it, lad.
you reckon? No chance. I was shite. Nah, do you know what it was with footy, lads? I've never had the confidence. I've got confidence
I
in
remember
footy.
you saying that, yeah. I've had a few games that helped you out at 7-a-side the other week.
I can just run. I just
Got a bit, boy can play, Jesus.
As you're quick and you're fit and you're quick. He's not technically that good,
that plant-based diet, man.
Only messing.
Up and down.
does
Like Seamus on the wing, man.
Who?
Seamus Coleman,
Who's he play for?
You know.
Oh, that Everton one. Funny enough, you bro.
That Everton lot, mate.
Do you know what? When
Their new
Everton,
kit is
when Everton couldn't get any funnier than when they could, turns out the shirt sponsor means cock in Italian.
Can we fact check that?
I don't know if it, I've seen a tweet where this kid's like got the new top on and he's like put it like picture up with the background of like Milan on, proper scenic picture. As to why he's got the Everton top on, questionable as it is, you know what I mean? I think he's over 20 plus. But
Is it a Scouser?
I'm not sure. I didn't go that far.
Just on the
into
internet.
yeah,
I've just seen it.
Just on the Twitter sphere, you know what I mean? And he's put like I was getting funny looks all around Milan, and that apparently transpires that kazoo means cock.
Yeah, Everton shirt sponsor kazoo means cock.
Yeah, apparently.
I mean, it might be fake news. Don't quote me.
Don't
quote
shoot
me.
the messenger.
This was just word on the street sort of thing, yeah.
If it's on the internet, it must be true.
Yeah, but first, to get quickly off the Everton topic, because it's like no.
Yeah, it's a sinking ship.
Yeah, it's a sinking ship. Jump quick, jump. One of my first meetings was you. I don't know if you remember this actually. Before you like pick a uni course.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up.
On, like I think it's like a taster section.
Yeah,
so I was
taster
either
day.
going to do like business management or sports management. And I was sat on your table, weren't I?
Didn't you come the pottery one that I was on?
Yeah, that pottery one. Yeah.
Look at them hands.
Pottery fingers, if you'd ever seen them.
Pottery
That was sport development and management, yeah.
I did wonder why you had that glove on filled with Vaseline. Weird, though.
Save that for later. I remember
For the
that.
horn.
But we had a good laugh, lad, and I've never seen you again. Well,
No, we did. It was in circus, wasn't it? After a few babies, and we came up to each other like, lad, we see each other all the time in uni. Let's speak.
Let's be friends.
And the rest is history.
I love that when you start reflecting with your mates, when you're like, do you remember when we met? Obviously with schoolmates it's different, but like when you meet people and you're like, wow, it's mad, isn't it?
Proper
Like,
nostalgia.
yeah, like we've known each other. I reckon I've known you. When did I meet you? I've known you more of my life than I did before I knew you, if that makes sense. So like, I met you when I was 11.
Year 7, wasn't it?
So we were 11 when we met, and I've been alive longer than before I was when I met you.
It's mad when you think about like your mates now, like people you know from school, and you're like, I've known you for like 13 years.
I've known some of my mates since I was 3.
Yeah, you're even younger.
Mad. Yeah.
Primary, you're like, fuck it.
Tell you what,
yeah.
boys, we're setting the scene here. Got candles lit. We need to dim the lights a bit. You know what I mean, Jacob?
Get some sexy music on.
Get that sexy on.
He's gonna get the tunes on here.
Oh, he's doing it.
Trying to dim them.
Few more of them, Dan. Maybe get me top off.
Have me belt round my head soon. Yeah. This is what happened after a few red ales from the handymans.
Yeah. So, Will, does the beer match up to the description then, do you reckon?
Yeah. It's handy, like, yeah.
Yeah. It is handy, man.
Mm.
Just handy that it's local, innit? It's just handy, man.
A golden beverage.
The way it's just there.
Sweet nectar, as they call it.
Yeah, the creative lubricant.
Oh.
that's what people call it. And it sounds dirty, but it's not. It's creative lubricant. Because, like, you start... Lad, we were pissed when we made the podcast up.
Yeah, we were.
So
yeah.
was you. Do you know
Well,
what
I
I mean?
made the podcast up. You know
To be fair, if I want to be creative sometimes, I'm just like, you know what? Get me some Stellas.
Yeah.
Well, it's like on it. If you watched the TV series Entourage,
I've
Have you
heard
watched
of it.
it?
I've seen it a bit.
when they have like, I don't know whether they're having like a writer's block or an actor's block, they get like on psychedelics and go out to this desert, and it's like they have like this eureka moment.
Yeah.
So like it's like it's I think it's a thing, like people get on
Getting all loosey-goosey.
Yeah.
Like, even music, if you think about it, like some of the best songs ever were written by people who were high,
Really, yeah.
up to no good. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. The Beatles all the way through,
Yeah.
always, everyone.
You listen
Everyone.
to some songs and you're like, where have you got that from? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
like-
where's that noise and that collection of beats and words?
I don't know
come from?
collectively who wrote Helter Skelter by the Beatles, but they were,
It's a journey, that.
they were 100% on something they shouldn't be in.
Yeah. It's a mad tune, Helter Skelter.
Well, a
like.
day in the life, there's so many, lads.
Yeah.
I'm more of a podcast me. Like this is
Yeah.
like a known thing about me. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not really. I've listened to music, but I just don't know who's who or what. Like
Yeah.
I've been to all the music events with you guys. Don't have a clue who I've been to see. You know what I mean? I'm that guy. But recently, I was like over lockdown, like ran out of a few podcasts. So I was like, I'll give this music thing a go. You know what I mean? I'll dabble and listening to some of the lyrics. It's like deeper than I
We do.
initially thought. Like,
Yeah,
You do
when you pay attention. Lad,
Ah.
one funny story about him with podcasts. I remember someone seen him on the train. It was like,
Just gonna tell the story.
someone seen him on the train. Someone said to me, seen Will on the train with his headphones in, and I thought, what's going on there? Because he just doesn't listen to music. So Will McKee knows Let's Dance by David Bowie because he played GTA San Andreas, and that's on a mission where you're on the beach doing dance moves.
Square, X, triangle.
We could come on a night out once, and he went, "Is this that tune off San Andreas?" And I was like, "You mean Let's Dance by David Bowie?" Anyway. But you love music, don't you? You do love it. You just, if we were to talk about, I don't know, like if you were to mention, similar to me with footy, I reckon.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Like I could talk about Liverpool, but then you get out of there, and I'm like, I just,
When you get onto Burnley and that.
Yeah, get on to Burnley.
Who's Ben me?
You just go into the back, into the couch and put me bed.
I'm like the equivalent though, like he's all talking music. I remember going like one of the first ones we went to, EDC.
Yeah.
I go to Jack, when's Chris Brown?
We're saying to people, Elbow girls, what time's Chris Brown on? She's looking at him.
Elbow girls are more delicate than that, you know.
But anyway, one of my mates texted me like, seen Will on the train before with his headphones on. And I was like, yeah, Will McKee with headphones. Like, yeah, went over. I was like, what are you up to? He went, don't worry, it's a podcast.
I think I sent a Snapchat that day as well, of like just a normal funny selfie highlighting the girl earphones. Like, don't worry guys, this is not music, it's a podcast.
Yeah. Maybe that's what it is.
Gotta protect the brand, guys. You gotta protect the brand.
Obviously,
You are Mr. Podcast?
what's your favourite podcast to listen to, would you say then?
Joe Rogan ones especially. I've like
Bro Jogan.
Yeah. Bro, what do you call
Bro
him?
Jogan.
Yeah, won't be getting that though because he's moving to Spotify now, and he's on.
Well, you Apple, are
You
you?
Apple, yeah.
Apple Music.
Ah, you actually, yeah.
Get
That
out.
I was at your party the other week speaking to some girl and she was talking music, so I just had to say to her, like, listen, like, not to
burst your bubble.
Yeah, not to burst your bubble. I'm all for the conversation, but this guy knowledge goes limited and I'm talking pretty basic. So she got me onto some band called Crew Angbin or something.
Oh, Cranberry,
Yeah.
Yeah, fully listening to them, but I said to her, like,
All you, that.
I was like, proper chilled vibes, like, but
Yeah.
as I got my
Proper
phone up,
shake
she
your
was
tush,
like,
innit?
yeah, shake what your mama give you and all that. But she was, she clocked Apple Music on my phone and she was like, you're going all wrong already, I can tell you're not into this
Yeah,
game. I was
amateur
like,
level, yeah.
I was just like, I am what I am and what I am is me.
I was speaking to the sergeant,
Yeah, Saj.
the Sarge, and
It's a foul!
Get out my game.
You're on that story.
No, what?
We were watching the match last week.
was it Crystal? I think it was
I think it was
Crystal
City,
Palace.
was it?
No, it was Crystal Palace. It was a few years ago.
In the
I
Gladys,
remember the
in the
game really well. And
Not that well, I can't remember who we were playing.
I think we were 1-0 down and 1-2-1. And like it was getting quite edgy, do you know what I mean? And somebody went down, and the sergeant stood up and went, "It's a foul!"
Some of us were, but it was quiet.
the whole boozer went.
Look down on that.
What a guy,
I
man.
know.
What we
We were just talking about the Sarge and music, and you're going all wrong.
Oh yeah, so the Sarge anyway used to be an Apple Music boy, and like next thing you know, like he's putting like he used to just put like screenshots on his story on Insta.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, he's putting a Spotify thing. And I was like, whoa,
With visuals in the background.
Whoa,
He
what?
said to me.
What's going on here? He was like,
Is it
I've had to make the
change?
change, and he said, you know what? Best change he's ever made.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's nothing wrong with Apple Music in my opinion, but like I've just used the app on like my sister's phone and stuff, and it's like I'm using iTunes from 2011. Do you know what I mean? It's like the same. Like Spotify's always updating and changing the layout. Apple Music's just like
It's just
iTunes.
nice, like the playlist and that you can get, and like it's just like just bossing it.
Yeah, the storyline bits where you can go. It's very
Yeah.
interactive. Will they're gonna get a video platform soon as well for Bro Jogan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
So what's it
I've
gonna be
heard
like?
that.
You can, like
We'll definitely be able to get on there. Do you reckon?
I feel like
if
I've
he
set
can
me
get on there,
stall
that
up,
won't be
though.
specifically for him, will it?
I wouldn't be surprised, you know.
If what? If it's just for
If
Joe?
it's specifically for him.
Yeah,
Because the video is a huge element of it.
yeah, I know.
it's
of course.
£150 million like deal he's
Yeah.
done, hasn't he? Michelle Obama's done one as well.
What's Spotify?
Yeah, the Michelle Obama podcast.
Serious?
Yeah,
She got one, yeah?
She's got her own podcast. Yeah.
I feel like I've set me stall now, though. Like, I'm on record saying, nah, Apple Music.
Do you know what my favourite podcast is? Have you ever listened to Athletic Omens?
I've listened to a few of them.
Oh,
Bob
it's-
Mortimer, yeah.
It's so
it
funny.
is funny.
Yeah, it gets a bit weird, doesn't it?
That's why it's so funny though, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Do you know what mine is? It's called No Such Thing as a the Minerva Podcast, obviously, but then it's called No Such Thing as a Fish, and it's I love James English podcast. I love him because of the angle he goes at, but
Yeah.
there's no such thing as a fish. You're on to QI with Stephen Fry. Yeah, so there's the QI elves, you know, who get all the facts together
Yeah,
and that.
yeah.
Them 4 people have got a podcast and they come together each week with a fact and they discuss it. They tell each other what the fact is and they all discuss it.
That's sick, that.
And they do live shows and that. They had one in the Philharmonic. It's proper made, you know, just consuming like pointless
Knowledge,
facts.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just that, lad. Like just
Yeah, that's what you want, though.
that's what you want to be like. Wow, 45.
Do you want to
minutes.
listen to a podcast and go like, wow?
And go into the next room and tell someone what
Like,
you just
funny
learned.
enough,
Just
funny,
recycling energy.
funny.
It's been a whirlwind though, this journey so far to get here. Like it's just, I can't believe this is episode 8. Is it 8? 9? Yeah.
1 off 10 as well,
That-
man.
What?
1 off 10.
I know.
2
2
off
off 11.
No, but it's rapidly rising every week, isn't it? Like,
But you know what's mad? It's not just like, oh, it's episode 9. It's like, it's been 9 weeks since we've been like starting it. It's just,
You'll know you've made it, though, when you're walking down the street or in the... What's that back? Is it the handyman?
handyman.
or the merchant.
You those guys off the Minerva. That's
Yeah.
levels, mate. That's levels.
But you know what I mean? Been papped a few times, like.
Yeah.
We had an OK magazine we were in the other day, lad, yeah?
No, it was Heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you saying you got approached by Armani to do summer season 20 underwear?
No, that was Jay.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
To put them on and was like, white's not your colour. Get them the ballies.
Bit snug.
Now, you know, one thing I love about like obviously like using mates through school and all that. One thing I love about it, you usually got some sick stories.
Yeah.
But you've got a good story about a cat.
A cat.
Yeah.
We
Have
talking
you never
about
heard this
Dino, the
story?
actual cat. He's a
Well,
bit
do you
of a
know
cat
what? I
himself,
don't even
innit?
know the
It's
story.
open to perception, really, innit?
Have you never heard this story?
You know.
Oh,
To be
man.
honest, my ability to tell this story...
Story?
Sell this
Oh.
story.
Sell this story.
Selling stories off here. To tell this story.
Get me off this couch, mate. Yes, tell this story is knocking on the chap involved himself,
Yeah.
Dean.
What a story, that.
So I didn't even know Dean had a cat. I think he might even have 2, mightn't he?
Bit of context, I knew he had a cat once. I didn't know he had a cat, but I was in his house and then we were on the landing. We were like in his bedroom looking on the landing and a cat's jumped through the banister. And I went, wow, what was that? And he went, I don't know. And then I didn't know it was a cat at the time. It ran again. So I went like that to just kick whatever it was instinctively. Like, I didn't know what it was, lad. Or just like to hit it, you know what I mean? And he went, or like to grab it. And I went, whoa. And he went, no, lad. I have got a cat, sorry. Forgot I had a cat. He forgot he had a cat, lad. So he didn't even know it. I thought there was
What's
like
the cat's name, by the way?
a white cat. His cat? Oh no, it's not him who calls his cat
Is it
cat, is it?
Garfield?
Nah.
Don't know.
Bit of-
Either way, he's very much a dog man
Yeah.
who owns a cat.
Can I just
Don't
go
think
on
he
record as
cares.
saying I didn't go to kick a cat? I just realised what I said. I went like to like defend myself because
Oh, I know what you've done with the cat, mister. Can't be throwing cats up
So
in
go
the
on.
air, yeah.
So this story about Dean with his cat.
Yeah, so one day, this woman's knocked at his door. Like, I believe, like, I've knocked on a few houses around the neighbourhood, and I believe you've got like a ginger cat. So Dean's like, yeah, why? And he's like,
I've
she's
heard
like,
through the grapevine.
through the grapevine that you've got a cat. So Dean's like, oh, I forgot I had a cat, one of them. So he's like, yeah, I've got a cat. And she's like, I think I found it in the road, dead. So, like, you're going to have to like it's in the back of my van. But, like, I don't know why. To be honest, there's a few holes in the story. Because, like,
Now that I'm retelling it.
now that I'm retelling it, I don't know why she hasn't just drove this, like, van to Dean's house. But Dean's had to walk, like, around the block, like, round the houses, shall we say.
I've
to
got
get-
500 metres,
yeah,
like.
yeah, which is a long time for Dean. This boy does not like moving, does he, out of his room? And he's like, he's followed this woman to the back of the van, and then he just said he's opened the back doors of the van. There's a bin bag there. And he's
His
like,
mum was crying, by the way.
his mum's crying.
like, oh my god, the cat's dead, the cat's dead.
Proper giving it the
It
bit.
took like 10-15 minutes to get there, and he's been like, oh, his head's battered, the cat's dead, his mum can't believe it.
Yeah. So Dean's
With
like,
a stranger.
yeah,
as
with
well.
a stranger as well. So no relation to this woman, no friendship. You know what I mean? Opens this this little bin bag and goes, ha! It's not our cat. And the woman's just looking at him like,
You're mad.
I was going to say, like, you're not expecting he was that fit. It was just like a hat. I love that. It's not my cap, but I love it.
that's a well better story. Yeah, that is.
But like you were saying beforehand, you said you wanted to bring up because it's International Dog Day, is it?
Oh yeah, shout out to our Bella, man.
Yeah. Oh, man,
Belle.
your dog.
Our dog.
What breed is it for the viewers?
Little Yorkshire Terrier, man.
Yeah.
It's got to feel like
Little yappy one, is it? Yeah.
What?
Is it quite yappy?
She's not too happy, I wouldn't
Nah,
say.
she's a bit yappy, like, when
Is she?
she's like...
Oh, Yorkies are.
Yeah.
What about I've been like, she's not yappy, like, but she's got a few tricks up her sleeve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's good at wrestling, like...
Yeah.
Shout out my dog Amber. I've got a little good story about Amber actually. So
Come on.
took her to the field by ours once, and she's a Cocker Spaniel, so they're like old hunting dogs. Traditionally, it's in the blood to hunt, so you can tell where the story's going anyway. And she's ran into the bush, and I'm just on my phone in another place. Do you know what I mean? Like, didn't know. And the next thing, I was like, "Where's the dog?" So I was like, "Amber!" shouting the dog. I stood there. I was like, "Shit, where's the dog?" Do you know what I mean? Proper like, where is the dog?
Yeah.
The next thing you know, she comes up this bush, and I was like, "Come on!" So I've like ran to see her to come with me, and I put its nose down to the floor. Gone. It went sprinted back in the bush. Proper sprinted. I was like, "Come on!"
What's she doing?
Sprinted back
How
in the
was she
bush.
running now?
We were all fours, not like that. Do you know what I mean? As they do like that. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, I'm stood there shouting the dog, and I couldn't get in the bush. I couldn't go around the bush. Like there was nothing I could do. I was like stood there, going to have to wait here. Do you know what I mean? So like I've knocked down in the end, and I've noticed the dog sprinting towards me. So I was like that. So I've come up like, come on. I looked, and there was like something sticking out of either side of its mouth, and it killed the rabbit. So I was like, wow.
Yeah.
So like it just sprinted, and I was like, didn't know what to do. So I'm
Where'd
like,
it got off?
I'm sprinting after this dog, but the dog is quick. The
Got the
dog's
rabbit in its mouth?
rabbit in its mouth. So I'm running. I was like, didn't know what to do, expecting the dog to be waiting for me. So when I've got walked up like that. I'm looking around. Next thing you know, I've noticed there's a pink Hello Kitty van stopped, and there's a woman shouting like that, and I couldn't hear what she was saying. So I went over, and she's like, "Have you got a ginger Cocker Spaniel?" And I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "Has it got a dead rabbit in its mouth?" And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, I've just seen it running down the street. I was like, "Oh yeah." So I've got in the car anyway, and like,
Hang on, she had a pink Hello Kitty van.
pink Hello Kitty van. So I've got in, and I was like, she's like, "Get in, I'll take you back." And it weren't far, but if the dog's running like down the street,
Get in, I'll take you
Yeah,
back.
I was like, get
sounds
in.
like a nightmare.
yeah, I was like, so I've got in. I was like, whoa. But I was like, didn't know what to expect anyway. And there's like, I've looked in the back, and there's all hay everywhere. She was like a farmer or something like that.
in a Hello Kitty van.
Yeah, and she had a rollie behind her ear. She was like, "Do you want one?" I was like, "I'll pass on that."
She's
love."
the real deal, this woman, isn't she?
So we went back to ours
Have
anyway.
you never heard of Stranger Danger?
She is that woman that your mum used to warn you about when you walk around from school.
Turns out it was my auntie actually.
Turns out that she had a dead cat in the bin bag in the back of the van.
Anyway, she took us back to ours anyway. And there's about 12 people outside my house trying to put the dog over the fence with the rabbit in its mouth. So in the end, I've got in. I didn't know what to do. I was like, I'm going to have to try and get the rabbit out of its mouth. So the dog was determined I went getting this rabbit.
Was she still like in that like wolf mode? Like,
She was animalistic
It's
mode,
horrible
do you know what I
when
mean?
dogs go like that.
She was like that, but you know what I mean? Every
Yeah.
time I come close, I thought I'm going to
Got
have to.
teeth off and
So I was
that.
like, I had gloves on trying to rag it out. It was in there for about half an hour trying to get it out. Got it out.
Yeah, you don't want to fuck up your pottery hands.
Yeah, I don't want to be fair. Got it. Story over.
Yeah. Did you have to prize it apart?
Yeah, then we just got rid of it, threw it in the bin, and left it outside for a day or two. But
It's horrible when dogs go into that like you're like, whoa, you are a wolf actually living in my house.
Yeah,
Let's not forget that. Let's not forget you could kill me in a heartbeat.
Didn't your dogs before you got rid of them?
Yeah, so like one of my dogs like got the and then just went like that, lad, and it's like
But they're protective and like.
just more like animalistic, more like
was it when they got the?
yeah.
Or was it when? Because they had a puppy, didn't he?
Yeah, no, so it was that, yeah. So
Yeah.
it messed his hormones up and that, yeah. But it's mad, like, your dog's quite hormonal, isn't she? She's very, not hormonal, what's the word you'd say? It's like a rabbit on heat.
Yeah,
Or
it's a
dog on
bit
heat.
weird.
Have you better comparison?
Yeah, like I've got a few videos out. You've probably seen the Snapchat, Jay.
Have you never seen what his dog can do?
I remember when we first got it, she's come with this toy. Like we got it off this old woman who couldn't look after her anymore. She's had this toy since she's a pup apparently. Like we just all sat there in the living room.
But you got her older, didn't you? Like when she was a dog.
Yeah, we got her when she was about 2. So she's like still pretty young for a dog, isn't
Yeah.
it? We just sat there watching telly with my mum and dad. And I've just looked at it, I just heard this like noise. Look over. Belle's got this toy that she's had since a pup. In the 69 position, 3 hops back, front roll, and just gives it the biff. And I was like,
on the side, don't
yeah,
it?
yeah. And then just like once she's done, kicks it off and starts paddling. Then she goes like for a few more rounds. And I was like, have I just seen that? But now it's like more of a dominance thing. Like say if you were to come round to ours, Jay, and like that toy was on the floor, she would fully just like do it. As if
Look
to
you
say
in
like,
the eye, don't
yeah.
lock eyes with you and just
You're
like
in
that
my
on
house now, you know what I mean? This is my ground.
Lad,
You're in my-
we were sat on his dining table and he was like, hey, but didn't want to go Jack, get on. He was like, hey. And he went, yeah. He went, she's going to take 2 steps back, 3 steps back, do a forward roll over the right shoulder, be on her side, hunt for about 30 seconds and look at you. And I just looked, lad, and you better believe, word for word, what he said she was going to do, she done. But she looked at me like, yeah. Like she just lit a bit and went, do you know what I mean?
She come here often.
Do you like what you see? Do you know what I mean?
Kitty don't bite now, she's been fed.
That's what it was like. It was mad, lad. I was like,
See me
wow.
the lights off.
It's mad, though. It's mad what dogs do.
Dogs.
That's one of the maddest things I've ever seen a dog do, though.
Honestly, I thought it was broken.
God, did he see that?
Yeah. My dad was like, oh, that's disgusting. Like takes the toy off, and my mum was like, oh no, it's cute, you know what I mean? I was like, there's nothing cute about
I've
that.
never seen a female dog do it, me, though.
What, is the dog a female?
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's a female.
She ain't no classy broad, mate, let me tell you.
No, but the
Jesus
dogs
Christ.
are just amazing, aren't they?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
don't deserve
dogs.
them. I like Ricky Gervais, lad. He's big on the all animal scene,
Yeah,
isn't he?
oh, lad.
Like,
Do you want to think that was? I remember there was like one of them, like, I don't know, some account put it up, and it was like a picture of a man sat at the bench with his dog. So he sat on the bench, and like the top has got like his thoughts in his head. So he's got like money, holidays
and that, yeah.
friends, stuff like that, or like all these different branches of like
don't
worries
know.
and problems
What he's
he has.
thinking about, yeah.
And the only thing the dog was thinking about
Was that picture.
Is that
Yeah,
picture? Do you know what I
yeah,
mean?
it's
And you're like, how great would it be for people just to think, you know what, forget the worries and just live in the moment.
That's the
sometimes, you know what I mean?
difference between we're saying about cats earlier, though. Cats and dogs. I'd get on with a dog's like, oh my god, he's home, shaking a tail, whacking against the door, and that. Get home to a cat, he's like, ugh. You home, are you? Just walks and then yeah, proper snot. Oh, you home, are you? I've never really liked cats. I'm yet to meet a cat that I've loved as much as a dog.
I've got a cat. I've got a cat as well, haven't I?
Terry said to me, it's so Terry's girlfriend's cat. I remember he was telling me about a cat, Ellen's cat. And I was like, I don't really like cats. He was like, I used to think that, but when I met her cat, I was like, wow, it's a sick cat. And he is a sick cat.
My cat is 20 years
Have you got
of
a
age.
cat, have you?
Got a 20, his name's Sammy. Good story, actually. So, my mum's fella was going, he used to work on the railways, and on the tracks was working. They could hear like a little meow. Not going to do any visuals, any sound effects.
Do it, lad.
Meow. And then next thing, she said,
You do a good meow,
went over to this box by the side of the train tracks in Preston, and there was a little kitten there, little black kitten, and she was like, whoa, she went, we'll have to take her back. So they took her back like the depot, where everybody chills, having the coffees and talking the match last night, if you know what I mean.
yeah.
And they put her in a cupboard called the Sam's cupboard. The name's now Sammy.
Yeah.
So they'd be like, we're going to take it to the RSP, we're going to take it to somewhere, so I get a good home. So he's driving on with it, and it broke out of the box, walked over and fell a kip on his knee, and he was like, I'm going to have to keep it now.
And he kept it, yeah.
20 years later, there it is now, still living large.
Still going strong.
Still living large. It was boss though. We used to when I used to live in Seaforth, we used to go to next door but one and have little barbecues and that. And the cat used to follow us. We used to go and like 30 seconds later, we used to go, leave the house, and the cat would be waiting for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you like sat there at the end of the garden, knew we would be in there, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The mad auntie cats.
Do you want to hear the maddest story about cats? I've never really liked cats because I've always just thought like they're lions. Do you know what I mean? Like they're like domesticated lions and tigers, and like they're just predators. do you know what I mean?
Domesticated lion.
That's what they are. Though, lad. It's lad. You look at
it's just pure fact, but they're not
lad,
lions.
have you
though,
ever
are
seen
they?
cats fight or hear cats fight?
Oh, yeah, at the back of
Lad,
adults,
they're proper
huh?
swinging at each other. If they were the size, so think how small a cat is. Like imagine a tiger doing that here. That's gonna hurt. So cats, lad, they're horrible when they get you and when they fight.
Yeah.
So I've never really liked them. And then Curtis told me this story, and it just confirmed I can't trust cats. So Curtis has got a cat called Cat because he's had that many cats. So he had the original cat, which obviously had a name like Molly or Snowball or some generic cat name. Then that cat had a cat, and then that cat had a cat. But what kept happening is he lives parallel two main roads at the end of his. So they just kept dying, and like they just kept seeing them go in the shop or whatever. And like they were just like rogue cats. They'd come back now and again. So he's like, I think he's like 8th generation of cats, and they were just like, we need to give it a name, so they just called it Cat, lad. And then they see it now and again, and he gets fed by one of his neighbours, apparently. And then he said one day he was just there to knock on the door, and he's opened the door. But in a bit of context for this cat, he said this cat's like, it scratches the door to go out. He said,
My cat used to like, you want them like when you knock on the door with like
was he having a go at me for interrupting before?
the letter. No, it's relevant. the letterbox, and you can like sort of just pull the thing out and put it back, and it's a knocker.
Yeah.
The cat used to get the put underneath there and like
Yeah.
push it like that and knock on the door to get in.
So clever, lad. But this is one. He was like, it's so stupid. This cat, you know, he was like, watch that. It was against the door, going meow, 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 and then rubbing against the door. He's like, I'll open the door and it'll just walk away. And he's like, it doesn't know what it wants. So he was demonstrating how stupid this cat was. And he was like, but you know what's mad? And then told me. So like, it was scratching on the door. He opened it and it looked at him. It was dead scared. And he was like, oh, it's weird, this cat. He said, but it lives a double life. So one day he got a knock on the door, and the door, he opened it, and this woman was like, I'm so sorry I've had to do this. I've been building up the courage for weeks to do this to you. I can't, I don't know how to say it. It's and he was like, whoa. Thought she was going to say something mad. And he was like, Mum, I think this is something for you. Do you know what I mean? And she's like, have you got like a brown cat? And they were like, yeah, I got his mum. And she was like, well, basically what it's been doing, she had videos on her phone and that. She's like, is this your cat? I had a picture of it in the middle of the night. It's mad, this story. In the middle of the night, it had been in her garden. She had 2 cats with Bluetooth collars on, so when they get by the cat flap for security, it'll open when they're close. The cat, his cat has been following the 2 cats in. So it's been, when they've gone in, he's watched it, ran in, knew that he could follow it in, and then he's been fighting with them. And then she's heard in the middle of the night, like, reow, reow, come downstairs. Her 2 cats are on the counter, and Curtis' cat is eating the cat food in her kitchen. And it's been going on for like 6 months.
The other day,
How mad's that, lad? Look at his face.
get on this.
You don't hear dogs doing that, lad. That's all I'm
That's my
saying.
point.
Yeah.
That's my point.
We were in ours the other day, and like it was there with this bird, and I was there, and we were watching the telly, and like they were going into bed or something like that, and then I just heard like my mate's bird just go like, ah! I went, what's up? She went, there's something there. Next thing you know, there's a cat in our house. Just a random cat.
Just in your house?
Just in the house. And we're like, that's what I mean. And we're like, just sitting there like that. I was like, what's happening? They come over, me out. I was like,
Did you say what's happening?
I was like, what's happening, lads? What are you doing here? What are you doing here, bro? Do you know what I mean? And it always sits at the fence. It always sits on like the top of the wall by ours.
How's he got in your house, lad?
It always sits at the top of the wall, and it's literally just stares right at you like that. And I go
Quite
to like,
intense.
I go to open the window and like go like, come in, lad. Do you know what I mean? Or like,
Do you know what I mean?
we're about to spark up. Do you want to get involved? And next thing you know, like I open the window and it just goes. But like, funny enough, it's been in the house about 4 times over the last month.
Oh, it's mad.
It comes in and we're like, what's happening? It just sprints out, and you're like,
This is my point, lad. Like,
what's your beef or
what's your-
tofu if you're vegan?
watch your game. But this is my point, lad. Like, Kate was like, this cat's pretending to be stupid, but he's pretending to be stupid and doesn't know how to get out the door when you open it. But he knows that thing opens that collar and I can get food if I go in there. Yeah. So always scheming, lad. They're mad cats.
They are mad, to be fair.
On the topic of cats, what does the cat do on the 3rd lane on the motorway? Fucking meow. Reference Harry Goldborn.
Was that from the book?
Oh, no, that's...
Told you, it's my book. I am the book.
So you obviously had a glowing character reference at the start there, reeled off your CV. So you've won awards for you. You've won a Nobel Peace Prize, haven't you, for your...
Solihull, man, what a place.
What about your wrestling championship? What was that like?
South Wales, man, back in 96. Jeez.
Yeah.
When you were just born.
Lightweight. Grabbing the pigeon detectives, really. Yeah. That's lack of music knowledge again.
You've obviously won awards for your research into people's eating habits, haven't you, Will?
Yeah.
So tell us how this come about and...
Not nearly. It's just you guys both follow me on the old social media, and you know
Yeah.
the person I am. I don't use it as a very serious platform. It's more just for a piss take, really.
But you do some research that you've got information, haven't you?
I've got information. I've got names that locked in here, ready to expose them. A bit like the Darren G of Snack World. Like, I'm ready to expose these people. Again, self-labelling myself again. What am I like? But yeah, these people.
If you're not going to shout about yourself, Will, who will?
Yeah, that's what I mean. And these people at home are actually quite nervous on this because scatty food habits, you know what I mean? They do need to be exposed.
And we
now,
actually-
thanks to you two guys, I've got a platform to share it for the world.
And we actually let Will take over the Instagram today, and you asked, didn't you? We want to know your
scatty food habit. Well, the way I run it on I run it on mine.
Yeah. The way I approach the research.
If I'm in the shop, sometimes I don't actually buy these like confectionery goods. I'll just like take a picture of like a scatty chocolate bar.
Like an Alpen bar.
Yeah, like an
Alpens are quite good.
I was going to say Alpens are decent ones.
yeah,
Like
nice.
one of them like chocolate mint ones. I don't see
fries, chocolate cream.
Like people buy. I'll put like something like that up saying good gear, but I'm fucking blatantly
Or a Turkish
joking.
delight.
Yeah, saying like, what's the verdict today, folks? And like, see, like it's a good way of like getting a gauge of
And
character.
you also save yourself 79p because you don't have to buy it. Fries, chocolate cream.
Your polls are always great.
Yeah, they're always.
Because I always thought you bought all them scatty food bars.
Oh, no, a lot of them I have bought, like...
Just for the research.
Yeah, just for the research, and just because I'm hungry. But, some of them I've walked into ours, and Linda and Pablo, or Tom, I think it was Tom, this one, had the quid, like the share bags of After Eight. And I was like, I use eating them.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is a good
What
one, I
time
put it
was
on
it
the
as well?
poll. Well,
What time was it?
before 8, like...
Yeah, naughty.
You put a recent one on recently about the fruit pastels. You were
Fruit pastels, yeah.
Yeah.
Colour green, man.
Is that your favourite colour?
No, I'm not into them.
No?
No, that was a very popular one as well. So I'm starting to think I might be the scatty one.
No, we did ask the Insta about the scatty eating habits. For me, before we go on the Instagram, one thing what I've always thought, which is a bit West, but I've
We need to try it, don't we?
through the years I thought, you know what, I'm having it. It's an old I think it's Canadian tradition. I don't know what like the actual dish is called, but it's chips, cheese, and gravy. Have you ever had it,
Nah.
Jacob? Have you ever had it? Chips, cheese, gravy?
Is it chips and gravy, but not with cheese?
No,
No chip. It's a dish. It's like
caribou poutine, it's called.
caribou.
Caribou poutine. So, right, I know we're saying we need to have that. I've had that. Have you never even had poutine?
Never.
Oh, I've had poutine. I've just never had, like, nabsies, cheesy chips and gravy.
Oh, no.
Do you know the way people always get it for, like, it's always,
At the
like...
end of the night,
at the end of
isn't
the
there?
night, yeah.
Well, I watched the thing, Anthony Bourdain, and he was in Scotland. And he was like, you people have fried mad bars and all shit like that. And he was like, he ended up having like he was like, you know what, like
Battered Mars bar and
battered Mars. He got battered haggis.
Sarge with the walker with his mad
you ever
bar
had-
butties.
Have you ever had haggis?
I've had haggis,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Back
Do
in
you
the
remember
day,
the
heavy.
black pudding stack in the pub you used to
Yeah,
work in?
yeah, yeah.
They used to do this, it was a stack, mashed potato, black pudding, haggis and peppercorn sauce.
Yeah. Like, it was just
10
like,
out of 10, weren't it?
but he got this
Did he use that,
battered
Jacob?
he got this battered haggis and he got chips, curry and cheese.
Oh.
Which I could understand more because you can have like feta curries and that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can have feta. I could understand, but I was like, got me thinking. I was like, and he was like, it's one of the nicest things I've ever had. And I thought, you know what? I'm having it soon. So you'll see me soon.
Yeah.
Probably knocking in a bin near the merchant. Probably off that chips, cheese, and gravy.
To
I
be
need to
fair,
try.
as I say, my polls aren't really like proper foods. They're more like sugary snacks. As
Sugary
well.
snacks.
Confectionery. The
Confectionery
confectionery
goods,
king, aren't
yeah.
you?
We asked the Instagram. Do you want to take the honours?
Yeah, go ahead. But no, you go for it, Will. We want you to.
Do you want me to on my phone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to use my phone? Oh,
Use
you
my data, God.
Aren't you with Gift Gaff?
No.
No,
Don't
it's
be daft.
Tesco Mobile.
Don't be daft.
You used to ring Will and go, welcome to Tesco Mobile.
The person you're called is too skinned to answer.
Dragging my name through mud like
Please
that.
leave a message after the phone. Phone.
After the phone, yeah.
Oh.
Every little helps.
Does.
So am I reading them all out or what?
That was that loaded already on Tesco Mobile.
Yeah.
Is that even still going, Tesco Mobile?
Oh yeah. Tesco.
I haven't heard it for years,
You
me.
get Asda Mobile, not that lad, yeah.
Can you? Yeah.
Be all sorts. You can be able to get
Little
to
Mobile.
Liverpool podcast studio with mobile.
Yeah.
Home bargains and all that.
Go ahead.
Or do you want me to just highlight a few?
No, I would like you to go through and just maybe just read them and
Well, off the bat, I already know this one anyway, so someone submitted this answer, and I respect it. Bran flakes and orange juice. Yeah, I'm ready. This is one of the guys on my hit list, ready to expose Money Mewn, Curtis Mewn. Dirty man. Bran flakes, he says he stumbled across this. Now it's classed as a treat for the guy. Said one day he was having bran flakes, no milk, so he was like, what can I have? Orange juice, pure OJ. His mum had to put him on a ban. Too much fibre in his diet.
think of the fibre there, mate.
Fibre high.
Yeah.
This is also the same guy who used to eat 13 Weetabix every morning.
13.
13.
Not 12, not 11.
I have 3 and think I'm pushing the boat.
Imagine having a Weetabix bill as of 13 Weetabix every day. Said he only realised how scatty it was a couple of years ago when he was on site. This big fella, like 6'7", 20 stone, like revealed that he also has this like 13 Weetabix challenge. He was like,
It's like, whoa.
I need to lower it down, you know what I mean? He said he can't do it now, like, to be fair to him, thank God.
Yeah.
But
A
still,
leopard can change its spots. Go ahead, go through them.
What
'cause
else have we got on Insta?
There was some scatty.
It was. I
scatty
was
ones
reading
on
through
there,
them
mate.
before going, whoa.
Well, I say scatty. I'm a man who dips his toast in his tea. And like, I don't know. I only
That
found
goes
out.
to show though, every man and all human being, woman, behind closed doors, anything goes. You know
But you don't know it's
weird.
weird until you do it in front of your mates, and they're like, "What are you doing, lad?" And you're like, "Oh, that's what we all do in ours."
Behind closed
That's what I
doors,
do.
everyone gets up to scatty shit.
And I'm pretty sure someone said on there that they put cumin and paprika on a dairy milk.
Yeah.
That's mad.
Hey, they were fishing for bites there, I reckon. They were fishing for bites, and,
They got one off.
and they've got a big one.
They call it a big road fish. But this one's a bit mad, and I don't know how I feel about it. Cranberry and pumpkin seed loaf, bacon and sliced strawberries going round the houses.
What
there.
sauce do you put on that?
Yeah,
You've got
cranberry,
to put a
obviously,
sauce
like.
with bacon.
I know the person who put that, and he would put 5 sauces on it.
Was he? Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not.
It is. And then
Sauce Belterra.
It is,
Class
yeah.
me.
And then Ethan, who we had on last week, replied to that like, "What the fuck is he on about?" It's just back. It's like,
Well-
it's like left, right, good night.
Dad and G-Mo taking over again, exposing people. This guy, this culprit, as we'll call him, Weatherspoons, 09, or maybe, was it 09 maybe? Well, the years are relevant. Orders a hot dog, 7 sauces, 1 hot dog, lad.
What with the sauces?
So we had 2 on the hot dog, ketchup and mustard,
What's he branch out with?
mayo, sriracha.
So
Well,
that was one of them.
Sweet chili.
Sweet chili,
Barbecue?
potentially one of them. He denies this to this day. It's quite a touchy subject.
I went there, mate.
Yeah. But it's one of them every time he talks
who was
about it.
there? Was that any there?
It was me, Elliot and Curtis and maybe a couple of others. But so Elliot's like adamant it's like 4 tops, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And every time me and Curtis mentioned it, we had like loads of sauces. It's like pure Hollywood
Yeah.
stuff, but it was definitely 6.
And then remember we were in the boozer once watching the match, and Danny got a scran like chicken dippers and chips. I was like, "Can I have some tomato sauce?" And the woman come back, which was only a girl, like the girl come back with tartar sauce. And she he went, "What's that?" She went, "You said, can I have tartar sauce?" And he went, "Said tomato." What tartar? And she was like, "Oh, so if you dip chicken dippers in tartar sauce."
Mate, it slaps, you know.
Does it? This guy does.
Imagine it slaps.
Does it
Tartar. I think tartar's quite nice,
It's
don't they?
different.
Mate, tartar's underrated, man.
Tartar's an
tartar
underrated.
sauce is nice, but I wouldn't dip chicken dippers in it.
I probably would, you know.
Would you?
Yeah, I probably would.
I don't think I'd ask for it, but like,
If it was there.
if it was like, it was one of them, it was there, I'd go, "What's that?" "Oh, it's tartar sauce, quite nice that." I wouldn't go, "Hey, love,
Tartar sauce.
Yeah.
tartar sauce here."
Would you do this though? Cumin sprinkled over dairy milk with a splash of paprika?
Nah, lad, that's got to be a bite. Think
That's
about
a
it.
wind-up,
Think
that.
about it,
Wind-up.
that is a wind-up, lad. It's got to be.
We're on to you.
Yeah.
You're gonna get Nick, mate.
It was me. All right.
Got to get up pretty early to film this guy.
Extra vinegar poured onto salt.
Lad,
and
I
vinegar
seen
first.
that, you know, and nearly blocked them. I was like, what is that?
Do you know what was mad? Do you remember them?
I thought he
How
was
do you
saying
know about
extra
it? Did they
salt.
put like vinegar in the packet or did they put them
It's
in
my,
chips?
I
Either way,
reckon,
it's scatty.
I reckon it might be like, do you know them salt and shake ones that you used to do
Vinegar
back in
and
the day
shake.
where you just put the
They
salt in
still
and go.
going?
Yeah,
You can't be
I
putting
think so. I don't know what.
salt and shake.
Maybe in your Herent Foods and one.
Yeah,
maybe
one
on
of
your
them.
Asdas and your Littles and your
And
Aldi.
your Waitrose.
I'm feeling
Your
it.
cost cutters.
Salt and shake. Like, that's just like saying, yeah, just put salt on.
Yeah.
Put as much salt on your crisp as you want.
Oh, you don't even want to know.
Oh, I want to know.
Cucumber dipped in tomato sauce, and then whoever it is has had the audacity to be a bit sassy and go, "Don't even care."
Should do.
Yeah, should do. Indeed.
Keep going, lad.
Yeah. When I'm hungry, I love a pickled onion Munster Munch butty dipped in a cup of soup.
Right,
Like, you know what though? It's I would never eat it, but I can get the logic behind it. A
Yeah.
crisp butty with a soup and it's not too bad. Do you know what I mean? Maybe.
No, I feel like you're making excuses for people there. Like,
What I
gotta be
feel
more
like,
cooked
right,
out.
is there's loads of food out there that you can get weird with. Why would you go with that?
Out of all the stuff you could get when you're hungover, why is there so much butty one of you would
Dipped
have?
in a cup of soup.
But imagine what flavour soup as well. I think the flavour of soup got to give
Yeah.
it context.
Big.
Like minestrone. Tomato maybe.
Do ya? Don't ya? Don't mind if
Find
I
out
do.
next week.
That is the classic Mackey's chips.
Yeah,
dipped
that's
in.
all right. That
They're
I've
like
been doing
fucking
that for
fritters,
years,
aren't they,
mate.
lad? Yeah.
I've been
I've
doing
never
that
given
for
it a go, mate.
It's good, you know, it is nice.
We'll get one on the way home.
I'm quite frigid on the owl.
Quite frigid.
like we were saying the other day, weren't we, about chip and dip? I've never been a chip and dip kind of
I
guy.
have
Yeah.
yeah. myself, you know.
Lad, chip and dip, the ultimate combo is sweet chili sensations and an onion and garlic dip.
See, I don't class sweet chili sensations.
You think I like Doritos and that, or like Tyrells, or like, you know, thick cut crisps, like any thick cut sweet chili crisp in a cool garlic dip.
The best,
Blow your wig off, mate.
the best crisp, and like I think I just can't stop Pringles at the minute.
Yeah.
You want
Once
the,
you
are
have
you
one,
want
lad, you can't stop, can you?
Yeah.
you want
AJ,
you want
once
the
you pop, bro.
you want the Thai fusion?
Once you pop, bro.
Once you pop, bro.
Yo, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Pop it, bro.
When you pop, bro. You can't stop, bro. And that's why I
you
don't
don't-
pop.
You want the rice fusions that they've done recently?
Oh, lad, they're
They're the
unbelievable,
nicest thing ever. So they do a tandoori chicken, they do a barbecue teriyaki, and they do a duck one. The duck one is probably third. I'd probably say
Okay, yeah.
barbecue teriyaki is a very close second. Number one is the chicken one. It's so nice.
Well, whenever I've ever been into the snack stores in Magullioaks, mate, they're the only ones left in Pringles, so I always think not
No,
that
you know
one,
what?
but
They're heavy. They're so nice.
Yeah,
They
the
just look
boss,
like
lad.
snide gear, lad, like left
You know
at
what?
the
We're
end.
talking about good food here. Let's talk about terrible
Yeah,
habits.
go on,
Yeah, we're going off on a tangent.
You know,
aren't we?
yeah.
Let's not discuss nice food.
Let's get on.
dare
Let's get on to what you sussy buggers have been eating.
To be honest, I don't know how I feel about this one because I feel like I've seen it in like those like brunch packs, you know, like the crackers and cheese and that.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm on about? What are they?
Lunchables,
Lunchables,
yeah.
Lunchables, whatever.
Yeah.
Mine is tomato sauce with ham on folded bread.
That's disgusting.
It's not like it's.
That's like I'm only messing bacon butty.
Because on them Lunchables though, you're on the wrap version where there's ham, and
Yeah,
then
but
there's
you're
cheese,
like-
and then you get tomato
Yeah,
sauce.
lad.
No? Still a bit scatty, like.
Lad, you do not put.
But you're getting bread. What's she doing? Folding the bread? Do you reckon she's folding the bread or having it?
Why are you assuming it's a she, lad?
Or he?
Ooh. See, I'll put that 3.0 on the Richter scale of scattiness.
Yeah, it's not that scatty, but it's why you're doing it. A
Yeah.
ham butty. Why you? What's your scatty thing, lad? Like I dip toast in tea, and do you think that's scatty?
One thing I do, which I've always been, if I ever roast, do you know, like you have loads of gravy left, bit of bread on top, and I've always got
Oh,
snarl
roast.
for it.
There's not like a Ross Geller butty, like.
But it's just the gravy then. I've always been snarl for it and got shit for it. It's like, do I care?
Oh,
A
I'm
little
off
bit.
the gravy. I have witnessed with my own 2 eyes 3 people put red sauce on a roast.
I've got something scattier than that, Lando. Ready to expose people again.
Is this?
This is the hat trick. This isn't even one of our friends either.
You're gonna name and shame.
No, I'm not going to go into names because I don't know that person that well. But they're out my life now anyway. So our Tom's ex used to put. Yeah.
Hello, Susan.
I'll set the scene. My ma's made spag ball. I'm in ours. I'm on the couch watching the footy. My mum shouts up, "Tom," won't name names. "Your tea's ready." In the kitchen.
Tom and Tom's girlfriend.
Tom's ex-girlfriend. Good riddance.
I hope your Tom watches this.
Yeah, I'm going to send him the link. Forza Meg, the new one. Yeah, I just hear from the kitchen. Lynn, have you got any mayonnaise? Mayo and spag bol, lad.
Hang on, talk me through it. So
Can't get behind that, like.
squirted on top of it.
No, we don't have the squirty mayo, lad. We have dollops.
Oh, a dollop.
And was it like, was it on the side? Was it on the top? Was it sprinkled all
I
over?
didn't stick around, lad. I got out of there.
I was out.
I left me scran in the living room and upstairs, locked myself away.
Yeah, that's the safest
Cracked up,
option when someone
yeah.
like that's in your house. Like, you don't know who you're living with. You think you know someone.
Funny as well, lad. Like I just heard them coming upstairs after she's polished off this like mayo monster of a scran. Quickly get the Snapchat out in a secret location. Like, oh, really? Nearly revealed all. Tom's ex-girlfriend, come here a second. I'm just like speaking
It's
to
weird
her.
the way you used to say in and out in your house. Yeah, Tom's ex-girlfriend, do you want a drink? Tom's ex-girlfriend. It's weird the way you used to refer
I
to
know,
it as that,
yeah.
isn't it?
Even when she was his girlfriend.
I know, you used to always call it the
The
right
You always
man.
knew. You always
the
knew.
right-
You always knew.
The
One day.
writing was on the wall. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
she
just filmed her like asking her questions about. So like, what are you thinking about this? Like, what? Like, is it nice? And she's like, yeah, I love it. I was just like, yeah, dirty bitch.
Disgusting that, you know. Carry on with the Instagram anyway.
That was the last one. To be
We
fair.
had the other thing we asked Instagram, which is like, I think a lot of people have different perspectives and stuff on it. Is your favourite pub in Liverpool?
Favourite pubs, man.
What was it first? What's your favourite pub? What would you say?
Probably say my favourite, the Welly in Lydia, to go there every Sunday
Yeah.
after footy.
Yeah.
What's
It
yours?
is a good pub. My favourite pub in Liverpool.
But technically, the Welly's not in Liverpool, is it? So do I get a +1?
What
on.
you after?
Yeah.
Your
You-
favourite
Go on,
pub?
you say yours.
Mine is probably the Dovey. Dovedale Towers on Penny Lane. Amazing. Food is spot on. Staff are nice in there. Nice and big, spacious.
lads,
It's boss.
something else. They've got
And
games
Jürgen
and
Klopp
that.
done the advert for Jürgen, isn't there?
They've got, did he, yeah?
Jürgen.
Yeah. They've got games in there, like Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah,
like
we had
that.
with boss.
I do love that. I love Handymans, but that's
Yeah.
more of a bar, innit? You mean like pubs. I love Ship and Mitre. There's loads.
What's your number one? No, you can't go this.
I haven't got a favourite
What's your
pub.
number one?
Why do we
You know
need a
what?
favourite pub,
You know
lad?
what? You've got to tell your answer. If not, shit goes down. What's your favourite?
Everyone's always said that to me in life, you know, like, what's your favourite? I don't know, I like
You've got
everything.
to for the podcast, Jack. Come on, mate.
Today, my favourite pub today would probably be... It's so fun. The Newington Temple.
Yeah,
I've got a
Newey-
scatty story
Newey's
about
probably
the
me.
Newington Temple.
It's a
But
podcast
the
there.
day last winter, I think Liverpool played Aston Villa, where you scored like late on to win 2-1.
Yeah,
We walked in that day because I think we were going to, was it the Cheap Thrills that day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was. We walked
Hey,
in.
Will. Give them a point.
They once sat here. Sat
They didn't actually never.
Didn't they? No. Oh,
We went to their
Edit
brew.
that one out, Jacob. But oh yeah, you went to the Broom, didn't you? Yeah, walked in that day and there was like one fella just sat like he was like man marking this table, but it was enough for like four of us. So he said to him, "Hi, yeah, mate, do you mind if like we bunch up like squidge on there?" He's
Room
like,
for a little one.
Room for a little one. And he was like, yeah, no worries. And then just turn around like 2 minutes later, because it stinks of old farts in there anyway, but it's just like dead manly and that, isn't it? In there, like loads of people just firing away, just make yourself at home. Well, that's my thoughts on it anyway. This kid just whips out a boiled egg, lad, eats it like an apple.
Unacceptable.
Yeah.
Lad, what you've done there, Will, is you've merged...
It's like a cake, layered, mate, layered.
Lad, you've merged pubs in Liverpool with mad eating habits.
You know what? And that's why you won that prize.
That's why you've won the Nobel Prize.
The
And that's why they
architect,
call
mate.
you the architect, not the self-label.
Yeah, have to self-label.
But yeah, what's the Insta been saying for best pubs then?
So there's a few decent ones on here. The Old Bank, I seen
I
it.
went
what a
to the Old Bank yesterday. It's such a nice place. And
Yeah.
funny enough, did you know it was an Old Bank?
Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't have thought it, would you?
It literally does what it,
It
says
is,
on the
it
tin,
is
lad.
such a nice place though. It is the bar's huge. There's
Edgerton's. No, Mar Edgerton's.
by the O2, yeah, by the
yeah.
O2. Great booze.
Trying to
that.
think of this. I seen a mad celebrity in there once.
In Mar Edgerton's.
Nah, in the
The
Old
Old
Bank. He does like a game show where like there's like two families on the side, and like you've got to say like there's a question up, and then there's like a few answers. Quite tall. I think he's from.
Survey says... Oh, Vernon
The
Kay.
one, Vernon
Vernon
Kay,
Kay, lad,
seen
yeah,
him.
yeah. Lad,
And
we
we were
got
like-
there together, teamwork, mate. It's been a while.
Good to blow off the old cobwebs, isn't it? Synergy.
You seen Vernon Kay in there, lad,
I
yeah?
think it was him anyway.
Yeah,
It was the absolute ringer of him.
it probably was, to be
Did
honest.
you ask what the survey said?
Oh.
Yeah, so the first few, the Old Bank, the Newey, Peter Cavanagh's, never been
It's
there.
on
never
George and
been,
Quarter. It got
yeah.
voted the best pub in Liverpool. Actually, got voted. I
Did
think
it?
like the
Yeah.
Echo put it up. They got Echoes Awards. It won the best
It's
pub
all
in
got
Liverpool.
good on this picture.
It's
meant
lovely.
to be shutting down, apparently. There's like,
Yeah.
because of all this, yeah. There's like
Yeah.
a petition to
There's
save it.
loads.
There's loads, yeah.
We'll have to go soon.
Someone's put Ship and Mitre, serious alehouse.
Lad, do you remember when we went out on my birthday?
12 pubs.
Oh, we
Yeah.
had 12 pubs at Christmas. It was such a
Yeah.
good night. We started for the viewers. Basically, what we done. It was Jack's birthday, and we started. Where did we start off?
Wasn't it?
We started off in the Old Bank.
We were going to start off in the Weddies, but then we were like, oh, so we started off in the Old Bank, and then
No, we went to Weddies. No, we went to the Old Bank. Old Bank, and
Old
yeah.
Bank, then the Croc, the Old Croc. We went somewhere, worked our way around town.
Then Ship and Mitre. We
Went-
ended up down by
we
Moorfield
went
and
to
that.
Thomas Digby's Lady and Man.
Yeah.
And then we went to, we were boozed. Like, pub 8 was like the Crimbo Market.
And then we went to hit the market, yeah.
But in the
Loads of
Ship-
people went on 8 like, didn't they? Everyone was like, whoa.
Yeah, that ain't
All sorts went on. We were having dance-offs to Michael Jackson in
Yeah,
the Christmas market,
shit.
didn't there?
But in the Ship and Mitre, do you remember when there was an angel? It was by my birthdays midway through December, 2 weeks before Crimbo, and there was an angel on top of the Christmas tree. But in that Cheap Thrills gig, they'd done a cover of Angels.
Yeah.
So I took the angel, put it on my finger, and just started singing it to Terry, who was in the Cheap Thrills. And then lad, the whole boozer
pub.
was just
It was
singing,
amazing, wasn't it?
through it. I think you've got it.
Yeah, I have, yeah. I caught the bit though where the barman came over trying to get this fucking angel off you, but he was too small and like jumping up.
But everyone in the pub who worked there was loving it, apart from this one person, weren't they? Like they were trying, they were laughing at it, but it was a moment.
I was
boss the ship.
I remember on that we went to Jürgen's and it used to be Tom Hall's Tavern, didn't it? It was Jürgen's at the time.
I'm surprised they never filmed it in there. You know, that's why the Erdinger.
Yeah, I don't know. He loves the Tuffy though, I think, and I don't know. I think Erdinger might, because there's actually an Erdinger thing in the back on the bar. There might be like a sponsor or something like that for it. And I remember coming outside and like I just looked at you two and you two had like a top over you. One with I've been naughty on and one with I've been nice.
Oh yeah, we were sharing the top, weren't we? We'll probably get the picture of us right about here.
Right
here. That was a night, lads. How long was that? That was a few hours.
No,
it was a good 6 hours. We were.
I think
like,
we got up to pub 8 and then you wriggled off to have a dance off with Terry's brother Tom, didn't you?
Oh, Snake
we went to Mar Egerton's and then the plan was to finish in the Phil, but I don't think did we even make it to Phil?
Yeah,
no, we did go to Phil, yeah. And we did go to Phil.
We ended up in the Phil. I think
that's when we got salt and pepper chips with curry. Do you remember?
Yeah.
I think we ended up in the Phil, and then we were like, I think everyone was like, "It's been a long day here, and I've had enough of you," sort of thing.
That was mad. That was.
It was a good day.
We had like rules for each pub and that as well.
Yeah, you had to do. You had to.
Like you can only drink with your left hand.
We couldn't speak and lady a man, and which was a fucking task for me and him anyway. I had people coming up to asking me questions. I was like,
you've got to drink your pint. We'll do that again this Crimbo.
Yeah, we'll do it again. We'll make it.
I've still got the 2-in-1 jumper, but
we go again.
Round 2.
Go again.
And then, so one of the last ones that someone's put, the Windsor.
On the Vale.
Yeah.
Great boozer, though, it is great.
Fantastic boozer, yeah. Boss.
Was it one of the cheap thrills who put that?
Yeah, I think all 4 of them did. And the cheap thrills Instagram as well. What is that noise? What is that?
God, actually, what's his phone then?
Is that your phone? Yeah.
Oh. These bad boys.
iPods, lad, remember that?
It holds over 1,000.
I've only got good.
After this, I've still got 987. You're on that.
I think he's got a cracking voice.
So, the last couple, your crack got to be up there.
It's the oldest pub, that.
It's the oldest pub,
by it's like Jordan Quarter going towards by the Grapes on Glasgow Street.
That road, that whole road is like, I walked down, it was like, whoa, this is mad. And then I seen that pub, I was like, wow. And then I was telling people about it, and they were like, have you never heard of it? Never. But everyone I told about the road was like, have you never heard of it? And I was like, yeah, I have heard of it. I haven't.
Another one, the Blob Shop.
Yeah,
you can't, the Blob's a classic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Finished the Irish House.
Yeah.
Funny story about the Irish House, actually. We were in there and we were proper lady, weren't we? We went to see Adam Rowe, didn't we?
Yeah.
And we all proper, it was me and Terry from the Cheap Thrills and our other mate Darren, who's actually from Northern Ireland. And we went in there and we were all giving Darren a bit of abuse. And I weren't really speaking at the time, and this lad come over like, oh, you're from Ireland, aren't you? And he was like, where are you from? And obviously I was being the joker I am. I was like, oh, I'm from Derry, so I am. And he's like, oh, you're like, aye, so I am. He's like, I've been in Liverpool like 4 years, like. And this girl went, oh my God, are you from Derry? Where the fuck are you from? I was like, Pool.
Sick, you know.
To be fair, you got that accent on
No,
that.
he's got it nailed on. She didn't believe me that I was from Derry, like.
Accents are my strong point. I can do quite a few.
Some talent to have, lad.
It is, yeah. I reckon what
can I say? Water off a duck's back.
I reckon I can get by with accents, me. I reckon you can know what I'm going for, but it's not like, ooh.
I can do any in, I'd say, the country, except for like, I can't do like southwestern, like Bristol and you're right, my lover. That type of shit I can't.
You're not from around here. It's just the one killer, actually.
Sounds like Doc Martin.
Morning angle.
Morning angle.
You can't do it. Yeah. Oh, you dirty bastard.
Oh, you dirty batch.
So I watched that the other week, some film now.
But
anyway, yeah, so the
album.
music, back to the music. Cheap Thrills, I've just seen Cheap Thrills. It just brought me back to the room there.
Album of the week. So last week it was Kings of Leon, and it was...
Because of the times.
Great album. Kings of Leon I've got a lot of time for, to be honest with you. I've like literally got it cemented in my mind, Kings of Leon. I think from Sex on Fire, that album, what's the album called?
What's the album called, lads?
The one with Sex on Fire on, anyway.
Because...
I don't know.
The one that you just told me
what's
to
it
listen
called,
to last
lads?
week.
Oh, the one that looks like an owl's face. That was their breakthrough. Well,
yeah, it was like, well, I don't know. They had the ones that had more light on.
Only by the Night, yeah.
So they had... Kings of Leon have been cemented.
I was going to say an hour for others. That's what was in me. I knew it was something like.
Yeah, so Only by the Night, that album, like from then on, they'd done another one after it, which was Come Around Sundown, which I remember that one. And literally it was on repeat. We used to go camping, me dad, my stepmom, like my brothers, and like we literally like would be all slugged in the form one day out like that, about 12 tons on top of us, belting onto Crawl by Kings of Leon, do you know what I mean? So I've got a lot of time for them, but I haven't really listened to this album much beforehand.
Yeah. So this was the first Kings of Leon album I'd listened to.
Is it third? It's the third album?
This was their third album, but it was the first album I'd listened to. Like, that was when I got on to Kings of Leon, was this album.
When was it out?
2007,
I think it was.
Yeah, 2007, because I think they broke through in 08. And like, they've been around since like 99, I think. But like, I've always loved Kings of Leon. I remember getting onto them. I can't remember who got me onto them, but I think it was one of the first bands I listened to, and like, no one's onto these. Do you know when you have that thing, like, no one's onto these, and like, you don't do it as you get older, but when you're in school and that. Yeah. And then when Sex on Fire came out, it's like, oh, you're only just hearing these now. Do you know what I mean? I've always, you know the way you do when
I've been on these for years,
got on these years ago, like, found them the day before they popped off. But that album's a great album, but I do, my favourite tune by Kings of Leon's Milk, and I went to see it on Milk.
Is it on an album?
No, it's not on that album.
What was the best one, that one? Arizona, the last track of the album's really good. I like that one.
I like Fans.
I thought Charmer was terrible. I didn't like that.
Wow, she's such a charmer. They're a proper rock band now. That's what I love about them.
That album that you got me to listen to this week.
That's because of the times, yeah.
Yeah, they named one of the songs after me, you know.
What's it called?
McKee.
I've seen that. I've seen that before. I was like, Mac, because obviously...
Can't believe you never introduced me with it.
Fun fact about Kings of Leon, did you know they're named after the granddad? Because they're all related. There's brothers and cousins in the band, and their granddad's called Leon. So they're the Kings of Leon.
That's amazing. That's
boss. So they're the Kings.
You know what though? I think
so
people have smashed life, but the lead singer Caleb has smashed life. He's playing with his brother, his two cousins, probably his best mates in life, and he's going home, and in his bed he's got a Victoria's Secret model, and she's stunning. I don't know her name as well, but she is stunning. He's what a life, do you know what I mean? Yeah. Singing on stage, one at the moment, but singing, going home, and he's got, that's just stunning.
But you're looking from the outside in, mate.
Yeah, man, I bet she fucking has some smelly farts.
It's not all what it seems.
But yeah, they're unbelievable, Kings of Leon. That album, I think, like, obviously what was Not an Hour for Others, what's it called? Because
of the time.
No, the album's Because of the Times, Only by the Night. So Only by the Night was the break from Sex is on Fire, Use Somebody, do you know what I mean? All that. That's what everyone knows, like, if you're not into them, not onto them. But they're just great lads. Like,
I love Coming On Sundown. Coming on to the roots, because it's proper, like, it's quite southern American and that.
They're just great. I've seen them live, I've seen them in the Echo, and that's Milk, lads. Honestly, it's one of them tunes that, like, do you know when someone, so like Seven Nation Army, do you know when people sing the tune, like hum the tune, not the words? That's Milk's like that. Like, everyone just wants the tune.
I know, we were meant to be seeing them about 2 years ago, I think it was.
In Sevy Park?
Nah, it was actually in the MEN, and it was not long after the bombings for the Ana Grande, so they cancelled it. And funny enough though, my mate JK was actually DJing at Solomon. Remember Solomon was on in the underground?
Yeah.
JK was on, like, oh, I'm going to miss that because we're on money. And they cancelled the gig. And was like, you either go to Leeds, we got a refund. So we just got a refund. And then August, when they done Sevy Park, I don't even know why they can go. My own fault.
We're going to Leeds next week, aren't we? Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
we're riding the
canal. You're doing the canal, Liverpool to Leeds.
Well, I thought I mentioned it to you, didn't I?
I'm off next. I can come, lad. Yeah.
I'll be ready to the Saturday.
I think what the update is, we're going to get the train up and ride back, stay in Blackburn or Accrington, and then come back.
Be good, lad.
Well, only one night, like. But
maybe.
Well, we're on that bike. I just reminded me. There's Vloy. We'll put the description in the bio and that, and we'll post on Instagram. He's doing a charity skydive for one of his family members who got cancer as well. So like we did with the bike ride, where they went to John O'Groats, Land's End to John O'Groats. They're gonna do the same. This Vloy, his clothing label. He's gonna do the same to raise money for his family members. So be as generous as you was for that. For the
so if you've got if anyone's doing any sort of fundraising stuff and they just need like a little bit of a shout out as well, just give us a message. We're more than happy to do it. Put a link up for you, and
get the word out.
You know what I mean? Everything does. But album of the week this week, we're like, we're not really into music that much. So we were discussing albums to do, and we thought, why not better just showcase somebody in the city who's just smashing at the minute, and it's no wonder than Jamie Webster, isn't it?
Jamie Webster, I've given it a listen to be fair.
It's great, and his story's fantastic as well. What he's come from.
Like number 3 in the chart.
He's up there, he's in the top 3. Yeah, he's smashing it, and fair dues, you know, everyone loves to see a Scouser do well, red and blue, you're a blue yourself, and like, doesn't matter, do you know what I mean? He's built not built his career, no.
He built a big following.
He built a big following.
He's
off
done well to get away from that though. Like he has definitely. Like,
yeah, because he easily got caught up in that. Like,
but I think even there's like I know a lot of my mates who are Everton fans might not have listened to him back. Maybe a year
you won't catch Joe Weston listening to him.
I think you would even now, lad. I think he'd.
Nah.
This place isn't about football. This place about the city, lads.
I'm purple, bro.
Nah, he's football aside, lad. He's a talented individual.
He's a talented, yeah, and he's smashing it.
He
was a full-time journey like this time last year, 18 months ago, and now he's
living his life.
Lad, he's living his dream, lad.
Making great music. He is fantastic. I love his music. I haven't had the album off since it come out. Like it's
fantastic.
Great.
So that's our album of the week. So we're going to discuss a little bit more with you, but if you haven't listened to it already, give it a listen, give it a buy if you can. Support our local artists as well.
Definitely, yeah.
No matter who it is, because like at the time, currently at the moment as well, it's a tough time for venues, but even more for artists. Do you know what I mean? Like people are like, they can't gig sales. If you can do whatever you can to support a local artist, please do. Honest to God, because it means the world to most of them, doesn't it? But going on here now, we've done we haven't done 5 questions. We just think of some.
Nah, should we do Would You Rather?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, we're going to do dad jokes first.
Say one of your dad jokes, Will.
So yeah, dad jokes. Usually we give the guest a book puff.
Go on. I was going to eat your picture, you know.
Is he just at your picture?
No, he never. But I thought it would have been.
You know what? It was a superb shot. I hope you got that. But dad joke, Will, give us your best one, lad.
My best one, me go-to, lads. How many tickles does it take to make an octopus laugh? Tentacles.
It's like the one you told me about the wall. Still not over it.
Do you want to hear a joke about a roof? It's on the house. Yeah. The other day, my mum told me to stop being a flamingo, so I had to put my foot down.
Oh, lad, you're full of them, aren't you? Lad, it was funny, you know, my dad was telling me a joke in the booze the other day. Like, Saturday we went out for a pint, and he was telling me a joke, and then he just stopped and put his pint down. He was like, I'm going to get off me. And I was like, wow, he was halfway through a dad joke. I was like, why are you getting off? And he went, there's a fella over there in a referee kit. I think he's about to kick off.
Classmate. I live for them, mate.
You do, yeah. You do. Should we leave it there?
That's a wrap.
But yeah,
thank you very much.
That's been episode number 9 with the architect, Will McKee.
Yeah.
What we're going to do, we'll put Will McKee's little the Insta up. Get involved with the polls, future polls.
Build the brand, bro.
McKee Research Incorporated.
Yes, and say if there's any going forward, episode 10 next week, which is a mad one for us, isn't it? On to double figures. We're loving the support. Thank you very much for everybody who's been any feedback we can get going forward, give us back. But Will McKee, thank you very much for coming down,
lad.
Lad.
It's been a pleasure, guys.
My pleasure. The pleasure.
What have we learned today, by the way?
You can't tell jokes.
I can't tell jokes, and yeah, I've got a good shot.
And Will McKee is always watching what you're eating.
Yeah. So
always watching.
Yeah, be careful. You might be in yours. Oh my God, going back to it, forgot about it. I remember seeing a picture. To end the podcast, I seen a picture and it made me feel physically stiff.
Physically stiff?
Stiff. White bread.
Here's a joke for you.
Chocolate bourbons with tomato sauce on top.
You're lying.
So if you're ever eating anything like that and you're thinking someone's watching, Will McKee's outside.
That's a proper mic drop moment. That is. Yeah, we are watching.
Physically, what's brown and sticky?
Brown stiff. Thank you.